Welcome. Welcome to the doom of hell. I am your new host here on Rocky Mountain Rankings. I am Huber, the golden one. Even though I'm blue, I'm still golden. Yes, welcome. If you don't watch this channel, well, you want to see what will happen? There's the last person that defied me. What's left of him? Yes. It still moves too. I control it. I can itch my face, change my hat. It does as I command. So, you might be wondering, what happened to Davies? Well, he is gone. You do not want to know where he went. No. He is somewhere beyond. Yes. So anyway, we are here today to rank the albums of one of my all-time favorite bands of most of all. This band is just, two steps away from hell. Yes. It is the great German metal band Helloween. Formed in, where were they formed? I should know this. You would think. Yes. They were formed in Germany, Hamburg, West Germany, which is now totally Germany now, but you get the picture. Anyway, 1984 in Hamburg. Original people of Kai Hansen on vocals, Marcus Gustav on bass, Michael Rieke on guitar, and Ingo Schwarzenberg on drums. Yes. Very great band. So anyway, let me get rid of this arm here. Keep itching my belly. Go away, arm. Get out of here. Go find something to itch. Anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Anyway, sorry for the pause. The arm was getting excited. He wanted to crawl up somebody's leg. He didn't want to know what happened afterwards. No. Anyway, let's get into this. My worst album from this band. Can you imagine that? There's a worst album from this band? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that would be this album right here. I can't even pronounce the name. I think it has something to do with unarmed. Can you imagine being unarmed? This album. Did you hear that? Are you getting loose again? Oh. Excuse me. There's somebody at the door. I have to go answer it. I get your lady later. Hi, everybody. Good grief. I knew Halloween was going to be like this year. I'd went on vacation. Well, as you see, Huber was trying to take over my station here. He had me locked up in a cupboard, actually. Telling everyone I went on vacation. Good grief. Then he tries to do the Halloween ranking and tries to start off with this. Well, this is not even the Halloween ranking. Even though I do kind of like this album, it's no, we're not going to do that. So. Anyway, Huber's been put back in his box, and along with Arm. Okay. Arm's put back in his box too. and hand, arm and hand. So anyway, we are here to rank the great German Helloween band, the German Helloween band, metal band. That means that cupboard so long, I'm getting confused here. So anyway, great metal band Helloween. Started off in Germany back in 1984, I believe, and been going strong ever since. With a few hiccups here and there, people leaving, coming and going. You know how it is with metal bands, rock bands, whatever bands. So anyway, before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. I would love you to death if you would. That'd be great. Also, hit the notification bell. Hit the whatever else. Leave a comment down below. I would love to see your rankings, your views on Helloween. Helloween is quite an interesting band. Like I said, they've had people coming and going. Currently, Huber's been messing with my screen here. Everything's skewampus. Okay, current members: Michael Wieck, Marcus Grostoff, Kai Hansen, Michael Kitsk, Andy Duris, Sasha Gertzner, and Daniel Lobel. If I mispronounced any of those names, apologies. Had former members: Ingo Schwarzenberg, Roland Groppel, Uli Kirsch, Mark Cross, and Stephen Schwartzman. Stephen, he didn't last very long, only a couple of years. Same with Mark Cross. I said Michael, did I say Michael? Mark Cross. Michael Kiss, he was gone for quite a while. He joined the band, took over vocals from Kai Hansen, and then of course they had disagreements, internal strife, and then he left the band and returned. When did he return? 2016. Did a tour, and they decided, hey, let's do an album. And, well, the rest is history. So he's pretty much back in the band along with Kai. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Let's really get into this. I'm not going to include the three most recent LPs, Straight Out of Hell, My God Getting Right, and Helloween. Not that I was going to include them, but I don't have any physical copies yet. And haven't really listened to them that much. So I'd rather wait and give my opinion later. So I'm not going to include those. I'm going to go from up to 2010 Seven Centers. So yeah, shall we get into this? Huber's, hopefully Huber will stay in his box. That person is just irritating. He's been irritating all summer. I mean, complaining about the weather, complaining about too much sun. His blue skin was getting burnt. So, anyway, let's get into this. Starting out with number 13. Number 13, released March 11th, 1991. Album that's a lot of people do not like. Even though there's a few decent songs on And if you're a Helloween fan, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Pink Bubbles Go Ape. Yeah. Roland Grapple and uh, debut with the band could have been way better. Debut for him. First of all, horrible cover. What that has to do with Pink Bubbles Going Ape is beyond me. And second of all, of course, the title. When I first saw this, I'm like, is this a joke? Is this a freaking joke? A metal band calling their album Pink Bubbles Go Ape. But I thought, well, you know, it is Halloween. They are pranksters, so I bought it. Wasn't initially impressed. You know, you got this little tune at first, Pink Bubbles Go Ape. You know, the acoustic guitar. You know, then it goes to the Kids of the Century's decent song. I haven't listened to this album for a long time, a very long time. Back on the Streets, decent. Number one's good. Heavy Metal Hamsters. Liked it initially, but it's kind of wore out as welcome. You know, Heavy Metal Hamsters. You know, a bunch of hamsters with little guitars and drums and stuff. No. Going home to, you know, it kind of goes downhill from here. Someone crying, Mankind. I don't find Crazy Man. Whatever that, you know, that had better luck calling the album that. The Chance is okay. And Your Turn. There's a bonus track on the Japanese edition. Poop and Lobster, but the poop's pronounced differently. I won't say that, you know, what it is. Expanded bonus edition bonus tracks. You know, there is they re-released this. Blue Suede Shoes, Poop and Lobster, Les Hamburgerless Walk Away, whatever that is. You Run with the Pack. And also, let's see, also appeared with single 12 Kids of the Century and number one. Yeah. They can remaster this and re-release it with as many tracks as they want. It won't improve it. Like I said, I can't remember the last time I listened to this. So, other than Kids of the Century, which is a great track. The rest and The Chance, the rest is bleh. Poop, Poop and Lobster. So, yeah. So anyway, that's my number 13. It's starting things out. Let's go to number 12. Okay. Released May 31st, 1993. Well, it's the 90s now. This album, from what I've read and what the band said, and they were tired of speed metal, and they were categorized as speed metal or doom metal, you know. Of course, they eventually got lumped into power metal, but this album is very far from power metal. It's more hard rock than anything. Of course, I'm talking about Chameleon. Great logo. Horrible, horrible album cover. I guess that's supposed to be a chameleon. It's like somebody said, okay, well, in fact, let's see. Who did the cover? It doesn't say. Well, I'm not surprised. Maybe it says down here. Master logo, Michael Wiggins, all songs. Yeah, it doesn't say. So I guess whoever did that cover, it's like they said, oh, we need to come up with a cover. Anybody got any ideas? Let's see. I got nothing. How about you? Oh, I got nothing. How about this? There's a couple colored pens. Oh, here we go. Sold. Yeah. Fortunately, the music is decent on this. It's not what I would say glorious. It's not power metal. So maybe a few songs. It's more hard rock. And they were trying to get away from the speed metal and power metal, whatever. They were, Michael Wiggins said he was tired of speed metal. So starts out with first time, okay. When the center's good, it kind of improves there. I don't want to cry no more. No. Crazy Cat. No. Giants is good. Windmill. Kind of like Windmill. Revolution Now. Penned by Michael Wiggins. He said when he penned that and they recorded it, it made sense. But he says they have not touched that song since live. It's a decent song, but it's, well, dated. Let's put it that way. Of course, about around this time, Germany was getting back together. The two Germanys, East and West. Russia was falling. All kinds of things going on. In the Nights, all right. Music, love music. Straight Out of Hell, good, I believe. All right. Longing, my favorite track of the whole album, right there. This one is an expanded version. It's got some decent stuff. I Don't Care, You Don't Care, kind of silly song. Oriental Journey, decent. Cut in the Middle is all right. Introduction is kind of a crazy little thing. I think it's Michael when somebody doing a little skit. Get me out of here is good. Red Sox and the Smell of Trees. We got. That's I believe. It's by the whole band. Instrumental. Ain't got nothing better. And you got Windmill, the demo version. Well put together album. Well recorded, everything. There's the band on the back. Last album with this band right here, Ingo. He would unfortunately be let go by the band. He was, abusing drugs and alcohol. There's one concert where he suddenly got up on the drum
stood up on the drums and fell for it, and well, he got let go a couple weeks later. Too bad. Great dump, fantastic drummer. Not just great, fantastic. He was a fantastic talent. It's just some people aren't meant to be in the spotlight, I guess. I don't know. But this album, it's decent, well put together. It was just a big shock to fans. It was like, what the hell is this? This is not the Helloween we know. So, anyway, that's my number 12. Definitely check it out. Check, even Pink Bubbles. What I like least, you might love. So, and this is definitely a good album. It's just not up to par with what they did before and what they did after. So, that's my number 12. On to number 11. Okay. This album is after Ingo left and Michael Kiske left. Andy joined the band along with Uli on drums. This is where I got back into Helloween. I'd kind of left after Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. Kept looking for new albums, and of course Pink Bubbles and Chameleon didn't get released in this country until much later, I believe. At least it wasn't released around here. I couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't know they existed until after I got back in the band in the late 90s. I remember seeing this album and I think, wow, cool. And I was initially impressed. Of course, released July 8th, 1994, Master of the Rings. Of course, you're probably asking, well, if you're duly impressed, Davies, why are you putting this so low? Well, I'll explain that. You got those albums that are timeless. They don't wear thin on you. They don't eventually drive you insane. This just hasn't drove me insane, but I just have, over the years, less interest in it. They were trying to come back from where Chameleon left them, which was almost out of the music industry. I mean, they were struggling. But luckily they persevered and got back on their feet. Andy and Uli were instrumental in that. Getting going here. Starts out with a little piece, a little prelude, Irritation. Then goes right into Soul Survivor. Fantastic, love Soul Survivor. Where the Rain Grows, love that one. Why? Great song. From there, I kind of lose interest. Mr. Ego's all right. Perfect Gentleman, Game is On, Secret Alibi, Take Me Home. I like in the middle of Heartbeats. Good. Still We Go. So we go what? Decent album, but like I said, it starts up here and it just, after the fourth song, it just falls for me. Kind of picks up with In the Middle of a Heartbeat. I love that song live. On their album. Yeah, High Live. Fantastic. But yeah, it just doesn't hold me as much as it did when I first heard it. kind of, like I said, there are those albums that hold you totally throughout the years, and there are those ones that sink. And if you see a weird spot on my finger right here or my hand, got pinched by some pliers. Pinchy Lata. So anyway, still decent album. Just doesn't hold my attention as much as it used to. So that was my number. Where are we? Number 11. Okay, on to number 10. Okay, number 10 released. Well, here in the United States, March 5th, 1996. First released in March 1st, 1996 in Japan. How's Japan rate? Why do they get first over us? No, I'm just kidding. Bleh. Here we go. Time of the Oath. I'll get out there. They call it a concept album. And, it's Nostradamus figures into this. I can see where that's going to... But I don't consider it a concept album. Others might, but I never saw it that way until I read about it here, that they call it a concept album. And it does make sense, but I don't... It's kind of, well, let's put it back. It's a concept album that is not a concept album to me. If you really got and paid attention, read the lyrics and all that, you probably would see where the music fits together. But still, it's a good concept album because the songs don't need to be heard in order. They can be just thrown into a concert. And, another album that's kind of gone down, and I'm less interested in it. I hadn't heard this album for a long time. Starts out with "We Burn," good. "We Burn," Steel Tormentor. Again, starts out strong like Master of the Rings. "Wake at the Mountains," good. "Power." There, it starts going down again. "Forever Runs" all right. "Before the War," "A Million to One," "Anything My Mama Don't Like," really. Kings Will Be Kings. "Mission Mudland's" good. "I Knew," and "Time of the Oath." Starts strong, then it kind of goes down. So, but decent album covers. Master of the Rings in this one. Let's see here. Get a band pick in here. Oh, yeah, they are. In fact, "Time of the Oath" is the one I purchased first, and then Master of the Rings. Because I remember that picture. Wow, you guys are back. Of course, up to this point, I didn't know what the band members looked like. Because the first albums that I bought, they didn't have any photos. So, but we'll get into that eventually. But that's my number 10, "Time of the Oath." Check it out. Strong album. Both this and Master of Rings are strong albums. It's just to me they don't hold my attention as much, except for the first 4 or 5 songs. So anyway, on to number 9. Okay, number 9, released May 12th, 2003. album that, well, Rabbit Don't Come Easy. I'm sorry, but this harks back to Pink Bubbles Go Ape and Chameleon. The cover sucks. I'm sorry, but it does. So is the back. I do not want to see a pissed off rabbit. The title harks back to Pink Bubbles. Rabbit Don't Come Easy. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Is that you're supposed to like, well, we go out and try to catch rabbits every day, but we can't catch them that easy, so they don't come easy. Really? Whatever. Whoever came up with that one, I don't know if it was the band or maybe the record label. Who knows? When you have titles and album covers like this, it big turnoff unless you know who the band is, and then you can kind of get past that. Starts out with just a little sign. Not a big fan. This one, I was going to put lower, but it's the ones that came before it. Well, Open Your Life's good. The spittoon. It's all right, but Never Be a Star's good. Liar. Sun for the World. Love that one. This one is actually starts out weak, gets stronger in the middle. Don't Stop Being Crazy. You Don't Feel Good. Okay. Hell, It Was Made in Heaven. Love that one, especially live. Fantastic song. Back Against the Wall is great. This one kind of starts out or ends strong. Listen to the Flies. Kind of a strange title, but good. Nothing to Say. Yeah. This one starts out weak, but toward the middle gets strong. Like I said, Sun for the World and Hell Was Made in Heaven. Fantastic. Love those songs. Let's see. I think this one is the first one with Sasha. Yeah, there's Sasha. And Steven Schwartzman was on, I don't think he recorded on this one. Let's see. Okay. Mark Cross recorded on 7-11. Mickey D did 1 through 6, 8 through 10, and 12. And then Steven Schwartzman was only on 2 tracks, 13 and 14, and some bonus tracks. But Steven Schwartzman became their official drummer. But this is the only tour he would be on. Let's see here. There's Marcus. What a joker. Great guy. Andy. I guess his official name is Andreas. Of course, you've seen Sasha. Of course. We got weird hair now. There's Michael. Looks like he's looking off at somebody in the background, off to his left, just pissing him off. But yeah, that's it. Come on, go back in. Good album, but not one of their strong ones. So, but like I said, definitely check them out. What I don't like, you might love. So anyway, that's my number 9. On to number 8. Released October 26th, 2007. Hang on a sec. A little water. Voice started cracking there a little bit. Album that's, well, I particularly like, really good, but it's still not as strong as the ones that are to come. Talking about the 12th studio album, Gambling with the Double. The Double. Gambling with the Double. When I first heard this, I'm like, wow, okay, now this is Helloween. This is Helloween, and this is definitely one of those things that won't come out of it. There's the band. Andy, of course, Andreas. Mikael. Marcus. Sasha. And this is Benny. Daniel. Like I said, it's a good album. Let me get this back in here. There we go. Like the CD. Like a big roulette wheel. This one's got a bonus disc. Starts out with crack the riddle, and go into Kill It, really hard driving metal tune. The Saints, fantastic. As Long as I Fall, one of my favorite songs off this album right there. Paint a New World, fantastic. Final Fortune, good. Bells of the Seven Hells, great. Falling to Pieces, another favorite. IMEs, good, whatever that stands for. I don't know if it says here. But anyway. Because it kind of goes down, in value to me. Can't Do It, Dreambound, and Heaven Tells No Lies. The bonus disc as Find My Freedom, See the Night, Never Surrender, good. As Long as I Fall, the radio edit. As Long as I Fall, the enhanced video. And trailer. If you can figure out how to play those, because it's one of those enhanced CDs. For some reason, those won't play on my computer, because I haven't tried it on my newer computer. So, but anyway, kind of like Find My Freedom. That's really good. Never Surrender. But still, it's a good album. Again, it's people. It's a concept album without a concept. That's what they basically say. But definitely check it out. It's a great piece of work. But still, what's to come is a lot stronger. So anyway, that was number 8. Okay. This next one, all the other channels I watch that do rankings and stuff have ranked this album pretty low. A lot of people say they don't like this album. I kind of like it. I think it's decent, though it's not up to the higher echelons. But anyway, at least October 30th, day before Halloween. 2000, about the dark ride. The dark ride. Yes, the ride into the dark. Uh, Starts out with Beyond the Portal. Little ditty. Then goes into Mr. Torture. Love it. All over the nation. So starts out strong. These next two, not impressed. All over the nation's okay. Escalation, 666, all right. Mira Mira is all right. If I Could Fly, love that one. Celebration's great. Departure, Sun Going Down, love that one. I Live for Your Pain. We Dan the Night, love it. Immortal, and then The Dark Ride, love The Dark Ride. So this one's kind of starts and goes down like a roller coaster for me. I think this is the last one with Roland and Yuli before they left the band. Andy, Miguel, Marcus, Roland, Yuli. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, the producers, Roy Z and Charlie Buford. Sorry if I can't pronounce that. But yeah, all these albums are well recorded and produced. It's just the songs themselves don't hold up. Like I said, a lot of people that I've run into do not like this album. I think it's decent. Might have been even higher at one point, but right now it's sitting basically right in the middle of everything. Number 7. Definitely check it out, though. Check all these albums out. Make your own judgment. So, anyway, on to number 6. Yeah, off to number 6. Okay, last album that I've purchased from Helloween. I do plan on purchasing the most current 3, though. I just haven't got around to it. I've heard them. They haven't impressed me to the point where I want to run out and grab them right off the bat. So, anyway, released Helloween, October 31st, 2010. That will be, 12 years since this was released. I'm talking about 7 Sinners. When I seen that album cover, I thought, oh, these guys are pulling out all the stops, and they pretty much did. Starts out strong, Where the Sinners Go. Then we got Are You Metal? Okay, but are you metal? Are you metal? Metal, heavy, I'm like, okay, Andy, you guys, I expect that from maybe just Priest, but not you guys. At least not this point of your careers. Maybe when you first started. Who's Mr. Madman? Okay. Raise the Noise, all right. World of Fantasy, kind of weak here in the middle. Long Live the Kings, okay. Smile for the Sun's good. You Stupid Mankind. If Mountain Could Talk, starts to improve right here. Good. Sage the Fool, the Sinner. Love that one. My Sacrifice, love it. Not Yet Today is great. Far in the Future is fantastic. Again, starts out relatively strong, then kind of dives down and then picks back up. Now the photos in here are quite. So there's the man on the back. Andy and Mike. Marcus and Daniel. And then Sasha. I think out of all of them, I love the one of Sasha. Of course, then you got center number 6, number 7. You're like, well, there's only. You've already covered the band. Well, there's Pumpkinhead and the keeper right there. Would the keeper be a center? Marcus, he looks like he got a bad deal at a local house of questionable reputation. So anyway, good album. Love the cover. That's my number 6. Okay, on to the top 5 at 5. Okay, number 5, released October 28th, 2005. Looks like they're trying to release their albums either on or around Helloween. So, I wonder why. Could it possibly because they're called that, maybe? But anyway, at least when I saw this, I'm like, excellent. They're getting back to their roots, and they kind of are, but in an offhand way. Of course, we're talking about Keeper of the Seven Keys, The Legacy. Good album. Is it their best? No, at least not to me. Starts out with almost a 14-minute long epic, King for 1,000 Years. Great concert opener. Not the best, but it starts this album up strong. Then it kind of goes down. The Invisible Man, not a big fan. Born on the Judgment Day is all right. Pleasure Drone, Mrs. God, no, I'm not a big fan. Silent Rain's okay. Occasion Avenue. When I first heard that song, I'm like, what are you trying to say here? It's a fantastic song, but it just, the beat changes and chords and changes and stuff, it just catches you off guard. It's a proggy song, very prog metal right there. Classic best right here. Occasion Avenue. That goes to this is a 2-disc set, by the way. That's what starts off disc 2 is Occasion Avenue. Goes into Light of the Universe, featuring Candace Knight. And if you know Candace Knight, you know she's married to Richie Blackmore. How he managed to get her to marry him, I don't know. She's a beautiful woman, gorgeous, sweet, and great personality. But she sings on this with Andy. Love that song. It's my favorite song off the whole album. Do You Know What You're Fighting For is great. Come Alive, fantastic. The Shade in the Shadow, love it. Then it kind of dies off for a little bit. Get it up, and my life for one more day is all right. I do kind of like my life for one more day. It's a decent song, but um, all in all, decent album. Still not quite what I was expecting. I think they could have been a lot stronger. But anyway, it's strong enough to be number 5. Definitely check it out. Um, really delve into the now this one. I don't mind these kind of albums where you can pull out the booklet without ruining it. Here's the band. Band again. All badass. There's Andy. Michael. Looking heavy metal. Marcus. There's something about Marcus, you just can't help but like the guy. I mean, he's just got this look and air about him that he'd be fun to be around. And he is. But from the videos and stuff I've watched the band, he is just full of life. There's Sasha. Looking like you'd really taken my picture again. Don't you have enough? And there's Daniel. Looking the same way, like, come on, you guys. Let's get this over with. We got metal to perform. So, anyway, definitely heavy metal. Definitely check it out. Love the cover. Though I'm not impressed with I guess that's supposed to be the devil right there. But still, good album cover. Okay, on to number 4. Okay, a lot of people that I've heard and spoken with revered this album. I think it's the best Helloween album. I like it, but I think the ones that come after this are just a tad better, and I'll get into that. But anyway, released August 29th, 1988. Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 2. Now, what a lot of people don't know, and what I didn't know for quite a while, is that Keeper of the Seven Keys was supposed to be a double album. But powers be at the record label said, no, you're not putting out a double album. There's no way. You're not well entrenched. We think it'd be a waste of time if it failed. I think they should have listened to the band, but anyway. Last album with Kai on guitar and backing vocals. Second album with Michael Kiske. I think that either Kiske or Kiske. Whatever, apologies if I'm not pronouncing it right. When I first got this, it varied greatly from the first album. A little more comedy thrown in. I don't mind comedy a little bit thrown into an album as long as it's done in moderation. But anyway, it starts with little instrumental invitation. It goes right into Eagle Fly Free, which is fantastic. You Always Walk Alone. Great song. Then this is where we get to the comedy area. Rise and Fall. Basically a song about Frankenstein. Or no, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the next song. Now, Rise and Fall. About, being risen up and then falling, and stuff. Kind of not a fan of this. Dr. Stain is the one about Frankenstein. I'm sorry. I was looking at Dr. Stain and Rise and Fall. Duh. No, Davey, don't you know anything? Dr. Stain, good little comedy track, but, Dr. Steen grows funny, people makes them run into the night. Not a big fan. I'll listen to it, but a lot of time I'll skip right over it. We got the rights, great. Then we get to the area that I love, March of Time, fantastic. I Want Out, love it. Usually my favorite song off the whole album. I want out, out. Live my life alone, I want out. Then we go into epic Keepers of the Seven Keys. Fantastic song. When I first heard it, I'm like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to think. But it's grown on me. Proggy. Of course, they say Helloween is power metal. They're power prog metal. A lot of their stuff is very prog oriented. Especially when you got songs like Keeper of the Seven Keys and Occasion Avenue and such. So, anyway, definitely check this album out. And like I said, this one they don't have any photos of the band, and I didn't know what they looked like because the first album I got didn't have any photos until I got it on CD eventually. That was many years later. But anyway, great album cover. Basically, one of the best, if not the best. That's my number 4. On to number 3. Okay, now this album, I was this close to putting my number 1. But the one that became my number 1 and my number 2, I think are just a little bit better. At least November 18th, 1985, kind of makes you wonder if they were trying to release it on Halloween. This record labels just wouldn't cooperate. But anyway, talking about Walls of Jericho, their debut. I know there's some of you going, wait a minute, Davey, it's kind of their debut, but there was one before it. Of course, there was the Judas EP. That was an EP. But anyway, this is officially their first album. First full-length album, let's put it this way. This one, when I first heard it was after I'd already heard everything that had come after, basically. I didn't know what to make of it. It's speed metal. It's heavy. It's dark. I didn't like it at first. In fact, this is not the one I originally got. I took it back. Back to the place I thought, can I return this? Nowadays they won't return them. But I took it back and I really did not like it because it was so vastly different. And I can see where people hearing this album and then what came after, them not liking that and then saying, well, this is where I stay. Everything else sucks after this. Or people that came in after and then getting this and saying, well, they were horrible here. I eventually went, can't remember if I purchased this again many years later. Re-listened to it, and I thought, why did I hate this? I mean, yeah, Kai's not got the best voice, but it's a heavy metal voice. Um, I gotta try to stay close to the microphone because when I go back, you can barely hear me. Starts out strong with Starlight. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting here. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. This is the 87 CD edition. The original edition just had the Walls of Jericho. This one includes their EP and Judas. Yeah, Judas. I was wrong there. Judas wasn't the first one. It was, doesn't say what the first one was. Let's see here. The only album that kind of features Kai Hansen on lead vocals. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. EP mini LP Helloween, where it had the Fang Face popping out of the pumpkin. Okay. And then there was a Judas EP. And then this. Okay. What the heck's going on here? Go away. So this has got both the Helloween and Judas EPs. Starts out with Starlight. Love it. When I first saw that song, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of suspicious. But I love it. Murderer. Love it. Warrior. Victim of Fate. Fantastic. Cry for Freedom. Fantastic. Then it starts off the regular album, Walls of Jericho, with Walls of Jericho, and then goes right into Ride the Sky. Ride the sky, sky, sky. Ride the sky. Give me wings to fly. Ride the sky. Just love it. Then goes to one that's kind of fun. Reptile. The Guardian's great. Phantoms of Death. Dark, menacing. Metal Invaders. Okay. Gorgar. I like to ask the band, when was the last time you played Gorgar? I won't go into that one. It's okay, but kind of funny. Heavy metal is the law. Now here, it makes sense. They're just getting started out, so they're naturally going to have songs titled metal or heavy metal. How Many Tears? Fantastic. Michael Weeketh, the best. And then ends with Judas. Love it. Got disc 2 on here. You got Murderer Remix, Ride the Sky Remix, then intro, Ride the Sky Live, along with Guardians and Ornst of Life. I think there was probably a B-side, maybe. And Metal Invaders demo version, a surprise track, White Christmas. We'll all be your Santa Claus. I could have left that off. But, like I said, this was close becoming my number one. I got quite a... Get this out of here now. I think the back cover on this was for the Helloween EP. Well, no, that was the back cover for the original debut album. Okay, here we go. There's the original Helloween EP, and then the Judas. And there's the band right here. Right over here with Pumpkin. course, you see over here, the Thing Face. Of course, there's the band right there with Thing Face, right in the middle. Thing Face really died pretty quick. I think Michael Wiecke said he wasn't, he didn't want to get into where a little later were trying to copy Iron Maiden. I don't blame him. Of course, you got Thing Face on the cover. But yeah, this is a fantastic debut album. Like I said, when I first heard it, I was kind of shocked. But it's definitely worth your time and money to get this album. Fantastic debut. You know, this, especially if you can find it in the remastered expanded edition. I mean, you got the EPs and the regular debut album. Really makes it worth it. So definitely check that out. That's my number 3 on the top 2. Okay. As with everything, every time I do one of these shows, top 2, top 3, top 4 is always tough. Top 2, you know, it's the same here. I love both these albums dearly. They're fantastic. But my number 1 is just a shade better, and of course I will explain why. Number 2, released April 14th, 1998, Springtime. Better Than Raw. I love that cover. Not because of the fantastic, beautiful witch on the front cover, but it's just Helloween. You know, just screaming Helloween. You know, I mean, if they didn't put the logo, their name on it, you would know this was a Helloween album. I mean, I remember when I first got this. It starts out with this little instrumental, deliberately limited preliminary prelude period in Z. And then I'm listening to that, and I'm like, this album is going to be awesome. This album is going to be awesome. It goes right into Push. A lot of people don't like that song. I love it. Just hard, driving metal right in your face. Falling Higher. Love it. It's like we're falling, but we're going upward. We're not going down. Hey Lord. Hey Lord. Hey Lord. Love it. Don't Spit on My Mind. That is what basically kept us out of number 1 right there. That song, I do not like that song. Revelation, love it. Time, love it. I Can, love it. Time, when I first got this album, I was following this. I was watching Gladiator with Russell Crowe, and the song Time, where he says Elysium. It just reminded me of that show. And I love Gladiator. Gladiator is a fantastic movie. If you've never seen that show, check it out. But Time just reminded me of that movie. I Can's great. A Handful of Pain. It's okay. Another song that's kind of kept us out at number 1. The Datia Dominia Nomium. It's okay. Midnight Sun. Ooh. Uli's drumming on that song just gives me chills. The whole song just gives me chills, Love it. This album starts out strong, strong in the middle, and strong at the end. Uh, but out of all of them, I'd say if I was to rank the songs on this album, which I might do, Midnight Sun would have been my number one, followed by Push. But yeah, if you've never heard this album, check it out. I mean, this. Oh. Because we got these little pumpkin things in here. Pumpkin characters. Marcus. Goof. Michael. Looking slick back Cadillac. Rolling. Dooley. Where's the knee? End it like that. But yeah, this hard driving metal, that's the best. So, anyway, if you're a Helloween fan and you know your albums, you probably know what my number one is, and there's a very good reason. That's my number one. I think it was about 88 when I discovered Helloween. And I saw this album. I want to say it was a Music Lounge. It might have been at Fred Meyer. I can't remember. No, it was Fred Meyer. It was Fred Meyer where I bought this out. And I bought it on cassette because I had to listen to it right away on my cassette player in my truck. Released May 23rd, 1987. Their second album, Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1. I saw that album cover. And I'm like, what is this? A band is called Helloween, not Halloween. It's got to be badass. Of course, the cassette didn't have any pictures. There's the band. And of course, this would be Michael or Kai Hansen would only be on 3 albums. So this one doesn't have any. Yeah, that's the only picture. But I remember putting this into the player, and Initiation came on. You know, this building, and it goes into I'm Alive. And I was speechless. I'm going, what is this? Who the hell is this? And I was floored. This whole album, the whole album is strong. That is why it's number one. It'd be my first Helloween album. Got a lot to do with it. But every song on here is just hard driving metal. I'm alive, you know, just full of life. You know, just gives you hope. Little Time, great tune, fantastic. Twilight of the Gods, Insania, 216 or 215, whatever. Tale That Wasn't Right. Oh, Chills. Future World, love it. Especially off High Life. Future World, High Life. you've never heard their live album High Life, check it out, especially Future World. Just awesome. That goes into their how long is it? 13-minute, 18-second epic Halloween. I love that. Easily could be my number one song if I was to rank all their songs. That is so awesome, so deep, so proggy, prog metal. That's best. That's heaviest. Then it signs out with "Follow the Sign," which is not the best, but good little sign out. Uh, yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if they'd record company had let them release a double album like they wanted to, what the track listing would have been. But this album is just awesome. I mean, it just shocked me. Ingo's drumming on this just blows me away. I mean, it's just too bad the drugs and stuff got a hold of them. Of course, unfortunately, we all get to that point where we get stuck in a rut, and we have a heck of a time getting out. And I'm sure he's in that position, but great debut for Michael Kiske. That's Michael right here, pointing at the pumpkin. Right here. Of course, Marcus, Michael, Wiki, Ingo, Kai. If you've never heard these albums, especially this one, you're missing out. They're just fantastic. Michael Kiske's vocals add. If Kai would have sung on this, it probably would have been just as good. But I think Michael's vocals add. Of course, I think he was only 18 or something. Whoop. Hit the wrong thing here. How was Mike? Let's see. Yeah, he joined it. He was only 18 years old when he joined. So anyway, there you go, everybody. Helloween ranked. I would have liked to have done their last three albums, but I just didn't feel comfortable enough to add those in. I haven't heard them enough to give them honest ranking. And plus, I like to have props. I like to have props instead of saying, well, okay, my number 3 is this album, which I don't have. Even though I have done rankings, like I think Sarah Thungle. I don't have any of the albums, but I ranked those. But I like Sarah Thungle. Kareth. I pronounce it Kareth. So anyway, should we do a little recap? Number 1, Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1, 2, Better Than Raw, 3, Walls of Jericho, 4, Keepers, Part 2, 5, Keeper, The Legacy, 6, Seven Sinners, 7, The Dark Ride, 8, Gambling with the Devil, 9, Rabbit Don't Come Easy. So why doesn't it come easy? 10, Time of the Oath. 11, Master of the Rings. 12, Chameleon. And 13, Pink Bubbles. Go Nutty Ape. Do a little shout out here. Unarmed. Interesting versions of some great songs on here. Let's see. I can't read this. They're in cursive. Get back to the right screen here. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, it was released in 2009. Different versions, orchestral versions of these songs. Dr. Steen, Future World, If I Could Fly, Where the Rain Grows, The Keeper's Trilogy, Eagle Fly Free, Perfect Gentleman, Forever and One, Neverland, I Want Out, Fall to Pieces, A Tale That Wasn't Right, and Why. Tale That Wasn't Right, I love. The other ones are okay, but A Tale is just fantastic. This version. In fact, I think this version is just a teeny bit better than the original version, though I love the original version dearly. It's their last live album, live in Sao Paulo. I think this was done during the Keepers of the Seven Keys, the Legacy tour. It's got starts out with King for 1,000 Years, Eagle Fly Free, Hell Was Made in Heaven. Love that version, live version. Just awesome jamming. Keeper of the Seven Keys, Tell That Was Right, Mr. Torture, If I Could Fly, Power, Future World. This Future World is okay. It's 10 minutes long, but I'm not a full fan of this version. Invisible Man, Mrs. God, I Want Out, Dr. Steen, Occasion Avenue, bonus track, live track. Love that one. And Helloween. And then we got the one that's got the broken disc, or the broken cover. High Live, their first full live album. They did an EP version earlier. This one, We Burned, starts out fantastic. Wake Up the Mountain, Soul Survivor, The Chance, Why, Eagle Fly Free, Time of the Oath, great. Future World, I love this version, live version. Dr. Steen, Before the War, Mrs. Ego, Take Me Down, or Mrs. Ego, Mr. Ego, Take Me Down, Power, Where the Rain Grows, In the Middle of a Heartbeat, love it. Perfect Gentleman, and Steel Tormentor. This Helloween, they're fantastic live. I've never seen them actually live, but the videos I've seen of them live are just incredible. They do a great job live. So anyway, there you have it. Helloween ranked for Helloween. Hope you're having a great Helloween, and stay safe. You're taking the kids out. Make sure that you keep your eyes on them. There's strange people out there. But have a happy Halloween. Don't let these idiots out there ruin it for you. Keep Halloween going strong. I mean, it was my favorite time of year. Second only to 4th of July. I love 4th of July. Halloween, getting up, getting dressed, going trick or treating, handing out candy. Nowadays, it's like everything is becoming political. People out there, there's people, certain people who just make it their business to ruin it for everybody else. They don't like it, so you can't like it either. But anyway, I'm not going to get in the political forum. I'll let the other people handle that. So have a great Halloween, and we'll see you next Monday for sure. Hopefully, I know I haven't put out really any videos lately. Too many. I don't think I put one out last week. Did I? I can't remember. Been a long week, long cold week. Thinking about doing. Oh, who was it? I can't remember. I'll keep it a surprise. So anyway, have a good weekend or week, and we'll see y'all when we see you.